Hello there, guys. It's me, the X whatever, and today is the day you've been all waiting for. What if Deku was from Pacific Black, Part 7? And I'm sorry for not posting. I was really lacking in my motivation, so sorry. Anyway, let's get into this. As both the two Jaegers look at each other and look at the boy and Haley. As first, Asuka gets out, and so does May, and Tyler. As they both begin arguing about how he's a kaiju and how Haley's defending Boy. Boy struggles and just yells, roars at Haley. May just decides to leave. As Ziku and Taylor just look at each other, as Ziku says, well, come on, let's go help. As Taylor's like, are you insane, Zuko? It's a kaiju, for Pete's sake. Why are we helping it? As Zuko's like, hey, you're the one who decided to rescue him. I'm just trying to help. As Zuko just walks towards Haley and Boy. As Taylor just says, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. As the both of them go to Boy. As then Haley begins to try to calm down Boy, as Boy begins roaring out at them, and Zugi's not having any second thoughts, just standing there. Well, Taylor's just like, oh my god, come on. I know he's I know he's kid, our age, but Christ. He doesn't have to be that goddamn cold. As Zuko was just standing there, as Haley just calms down Boy and Boy transforms back into a human. As both Haley hugged Boy tightly, as in let him go, as she's making sure Boy is okay. Haley notices Boy has a scar. She says, Boy, is this scar from you transferring into a kaiju? As Boy doesn't say anything, just stares at her. As then Haley goes off to the other two, telling them that Boy's fine, he's just trying to defend me. As Zuko did see this, as his Jaeger was offline, obviously. As Taylor's like, I can't fucking Haley, he's a kaiju, leave him. As the two siblings begin arguing with each other, and Zuko's like, goddamn cadets. As then, no one knows that Boy slipped out. Boy went to investigate some noises, and he finds the dog, Kaiju. They both stare at each other at the alleyway. First, Boy lunges at the dog, and the Kaiju jumps at him, but Boy dodges and kills it with his bare hands. At this point, Haley notices Boy's gone, and then she hears some noises in the back alleys. Both Haley and Taylor follow them, and Zuko decided might as well tag along, as Zuko follows them. As soon as they did, they find another kaiju, and another, next to each other, and Haley's like, Boy must have did this, and Zuko's like, yep, no Boy can do it, so it's obviously the Boy. As Zuko gets up, he went that way. As Haley and Taylor's like, how do you know? Well, there's kaiju blood dripping on the ground going to that alleyway, so we might as well follow the trail. As they just were just dumbfounded that they didn't notice it. As all three of them begin going towards alleyways, first they find the third and fourth, and when they reach the alleyway, they see Boy on the ground, like something attached to his chest, and he's in agony and pain. Recap of Boy, 5 minutes earlier. Boy was just standing there, killed the fourth dog kaiju, as then he turns to his right and he sees 3 figures come out of the darkness. They're wearing black and red, robes, and masks that were crying of blackness. As the first one tries to touch Boy grabs her arm and breaks it, twists it even. As the woman agonizes in pain, as the other sister tends to her fellow sister's wound. The other one came out of the alley with a box, and Boy, being a curious person, looks at the box as it opens, and then the thing attaches to Boy's chest, and attaches to his chest, and then injecting him with the venom. And now we go back to that. As Boy was agonizing in pain, Haley rushed to him, saying, "Boy, you alright?" As Boy didn't say anything, or didn't even open his eyes. He was just in so much pain. As Haley's like, "Taylor, Ezekiel, we have to do something." And Ezekiel's like, "Listen, I just got out. I just met you, I don't know, a week ago, and I don't even know about these things. I have seen them, but that was going to be for our next exam." As Taylor looks at Ezekiel like, "Exam? Are you not even going to connect?" As Ezekiel's like, "Didn't I tell you before? I got kicked out before I even took the test about kaju. I studied Jaegers. I studied how to fix them. Hell, even to repair them. By yourself." As Taylor's like, maybe May knows something about this. As Haley carries Boy on her arms, rushing to May, wherever she was. As May could be seen at the coffee shop that was destroyed. As May looks at it one last time before about to leave for good, she sees Ezekiel and Taylor and Boy. Haley's killing Boy and something attached to his chest. And May's like, oh my gosh. As she sees it's a kaiju tick. As she says, "What happened this time? Couldn't even leave me in peace for 2 seconds?" As then they say, "Please, this thing attached to Boy, we can't get it off. Do you know any way to..." As then she pulls out a pistol and points it at Boy, and Haley's about to jump in, but then she shoots the bug. And May's like, "Relax, I ain't gonna shoot the kid after he defended you." As then she says, "Judging by the bug, it's a tick." As then Taylor says, "Where are they?" As you could just stayed silent and listening in. "Well, they're strong enough to take category 3, kaiju. Nasty bunch." As Taylor's like, "Well, is there any way to cure it?" Haley says. "Well, there is one way," May says, "but it involves going into the kaiju into somewhere. This guy's a kaiju fanatic." As Taylor's like, "Wait, where does he live?" "Where the kaiju are." As Taylor's like, "Help." As Taylor looks at Haley with fury and concern. As Taylor's like, "Nope, I guess we're going there. Haley, can you pilot?" Haley's like, "I can, but I can't leave Boy while I'm piloting." As May's like, "I'll pilot with you." As Taylor's like, "Why? I thought you were leaving." As May's like, "I was. However, looks like you can't take care of a simple sister tick. Or a tick. I'll meet you. Let me not Atlas Destroyer." As Taylor's like, "Okay." As we cut to the part where they're walking. As Ziku says, "So, how's your guys' day?" It's... As they both say, as Iksuki's walking in his Atlas, or Obsidian Fury, solo, ghost drifting. As Taylor's like, "Aren't you exhausted from just piloting solo?" "No. In fact, I did something more insane than any normal pilot would. And Taylor's like, what? I linked with all the dead pilots from the records. As Taylor's like, Haley and May and Taylor are like, what? You, you, you do know that's dangerous. And the amount of pain and memories fuse into you. As Izuku's like, yeah, I know. But it was the only way to get me combat experience. As Taylor's like, well, why didn't you link up with the 3 surviving logs then? That there are 3 people solo drifted. I wanted to. Yeah, would have been a good option, but that wouldn't have upgraded my combat still. It was the only way to upgrade my combat much more efficiently. And then after I did all those files, I did the 3 rock records that the 2 people survived in. As both Haley and Atlas Destroyer and Taylor and May were silent. And then Haley starts a conversation. So, do you have any nightmares? Or, and Izuku's like, yeah, sometimes I do, but they're actually not mine, they're just theirs. So, it's really not a bother to me. Izuku's like, and we're almost there anyway. As they both walk into the front of the edge and just see a pit of kaijus roaring and screaming and walking around, but they don't notice them. As Izuku says, May, is this the right place? As she says, yes, it is. Taylor's like, well, we can go around. As May shakes her head, no. He lives in the center of it. As Taylor and May were just about to argue, but then a kaiju goes up behind them and pushes them in. And Izuku like jumps back and grabs the kaiju by the head and snaps it. It snaps its neck, killing it instantly. As Izuku looks down at them like, you okay? In the comms, not actually intercom, because you wouldn't want to throw into Jaeger, would you? Kaijus, would you? As Haley was like, as the Atlas and May, or frick, Loa and the other 3 were fine. They got up, but then it got attacked by another kaiju. As he was like, don't worry, I got, as before he could even jump down, May and Taylor killed it, grabbed it by tackled it, holding its head in an arm lock, and grabbed one of its spikes, and jammed it into the brain, killing it. As Izuku jumps down like, oh, looks like you've actually killed it. Nice. As Taylor's like, I know you've linked with all the pilots, but geez, is this why you're so depressed? As Izuku's like, yep. Anyway, you should probably get ready for the fence. Taylor's like, why? Because, idiot. All the kaiju are alert to us. They're coming towards us. As both Atlas Destroyer and Obsidian Fury go back to back. But then something drops out of a weird container. And it was the dog kaijus. All the other kaijus rushed over to go eat them. As then Taylor was complaining about, what the hell? They were supposed to destroy kaiju. As May pointed to the guy that was holding up a torch, waving it like, over here! Come here! As the person walked over. As both Atlas Destroyer and Obsidian Fury got down and parked. As soon as they did, I am just so frickin' tired. As both May and Taylor and Haley was carrying Boy, and Izuku walked towards the guy living in there. As she's like, Ko, what brings you three here? As then a kaiju appears right in front, like behind the man. Oh, Lucy! As then she roars at them and says, as May points the gun at Lucy, and the guy grabs the gun like, easy. Lucy will eat you one gulp. So put the guns down and play nice. I'll talk to her. As Lucy roars again at him, like, hey, I respect your space, respect mine. As then Lucy goes away and walks away to tend to her pups. As then Izuku walks over to Izuku walks to the thing. As then the rest, all of them go into the tent looking thing and looks at the amount of things that this man has, notes, journals, hell, even a kaiju sculpture. He also mentioned a joke how he was training Lucy, but lost his arm in progress, but he says we were all learning back then, so. As the man begins observing Boy and telling him, this boy is a tick wouldn't attack kid, as Haley's like, he's special. As Taylor just says, he's a kaiju. As the man just stays silent, like, why didn't you say so? I'll get the antidote right up. I'll make the antidote right now. As then all of a sudden, there was another cage holding the dog kaijus, and they were killed instantly by the sisters. As the guy informs them about the sisters and everything. Yeah, they were a mean bunch. They even rush out my kaiju. I even cure them. As he was like, and they were like, what? You tend to kaiju? He's like, yep, I do. As then the guy tries about to apply the antidote, but then all hell breaks loose. The guy like tries to pull a lever and just gives them dead kaiju, and the guy's like, as the guy looks at them like, I can't, I have to feed him something live. As then Lucy says, this is maybe a shitty, bad thing, but I'm gonna convince Lucy to try to get them away, and also increase their rations. Hell, even though I know it's dangerous, but it's worth it. As he does so, as then he gets eaten by Lucy. The very person that Lucy got raised by gets eaten. As then all of them are terrified and run to their Jaegers. Sorry about that. If you guys I'm not ending this here. Got you. As Izuku was like, oh, alright. As they got into their Jaegers, Atlas Destroyer and Obsidian Fury run towards the only cavern that was open. As Haley's like, that was our only way to cure Boy. As soon as they get there, frick, give me a minute. Something came up. What the fuck is it? I'm also on Discord right now, so sorry about that. So, yep. There you go. Sorry about that. As both an Atlas Destroyer and Obsidian Fury begin running towards the cavern, or the little hole that has stuff that was wide enough to fit in a Jaeger. As Obsidian Fury was chasing behind them, or running right behind them, a kaiju lunges at Atlas Destroyer. However, Obsidian Fury jumps up and slashes it in the face with a blade, and run towards the cavern right in front of Atlas Destroyer. But then Atlas Destroyer like stops and turns around and shoots all the missiles around the kaiju that were coming behind Atlas Destroyer, so it can buy them time. As then Atlas Destroyer goes through the hole and rushes in the hole, and then as soon as they get there, all the kaiju just stop as they look behind each other. The kaiju just stopped. They didn't go any further. They were wondering why. Okay. As all of them were wondering why this was happening. However, Atlas the Destroyer did do that sick move of the grapple arm. Anyway, no, I'm just gonna rewind a little bit. Atlas the Destroyer was getting surrounded. Hell, even Obsidian Fury couldn't do anything for them. Obsidian Fury, Atlas the Destroyer deployed their claw arm and hooked it to a wall. And the minute later, they increased the thing insanely. And they began grappling into all the kaiju, punching them, and one, another, as the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, as they again get to the cavern. As then Atlas Destroyer when he gets in, Obsidian Fury rushes behind them. As then they both look back and see the kaiju backing off. It means something. As when they turn around and turn on the lights, they just see the Hall of Jaegers stuck to the wall. As they say, "What the hell?" As the Mace says, "We're in the Sisters territory." And that will be it for now. However, since it's going to be part 12, part 8 will be a combination of, let me just see. Sorry, part 8 will be a combination of episode 3 and episode 4. No, wait, actually, no, that's wrong. Yeah, so basically, so there's only 7 parts. Oh, yeah, okay, we're good, boys. We're good, guys. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this. I'm sorry for being delayed, so, tomorrow on Tuesday will be, part 8, so that's because I'm apologizing, because I've been barely posting this week, so I hope you enjoyed. Also, OF Deku had Goss the Warframe will be coming up after this video is uploaded, and once this video is uploaded, you will see it. Also, yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye.